Okay. Yeah. So whatever, let's say you're looking at so whatever pair. Okay, let's assume ADJPY, right? You look
Mm-hmm.
at since you're using your phone, yeah, you see the spending trays at the down, lower part of your screen, right? So you go to the spending trades, right?
Yeah.
Of course, by asset price,
Yeah.
not by time, by asset price. You choose a particular pair. Let's say Euro AUD. You select it, Euro AUD. Always keep your payouts, yeah, from 50%.
Mm.
Always keep your payout from 50%. Depending on what the expiration time is. If it's 20 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 15, if it's 10. This way you adjust it, right? Put
Okay. Yeah.
whatever amount you want. Then for the price, let's say you're looking for a sell, you can type in 1 point, let's say 77,530, whatever the price is. So the exact price you are giving, like on the idea, that's what you put in here, right? Then your amount,
Yeah.
go for sell and buy, all right? So that's just it. Once you set
Okay.
it,
Thank you.
yeah, once you set it, you just, it will be, if you check your current, that's where you see active trades you have, right? If they activate, you won't see anyone here. So that's it about that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, back to what we have for today. So today is Thursday, right? And I'm just thinking of what to show us. Okay, let's or if you have what questions you have, you have questions, just drop it. Let me see if I can entertain to the questions you have. Then see if I entertain the questions you have. What questions you have, how to trade HFX or um what's wrong with my network? What's wrong with my network? Reverse trade execution. Okay. All right. Perhaps I have to go back to this guy. All right. Now when it comes to HFX, right? Okay, let's make this a full screen. So when we adjust the menu session text. Now when it comes to HFX, first things first is to know that, right? You don't literally have any business with 1 hour time frame, 4 hours, or daily time frame, right? And there are two methods, just like I explained to Emmanuel, how to set pending orders. There are two approach to trading HFX. Analyze, get your entry, and set a pending order. Or like you ask Zoom user, instant market execution. All right. Those two are very different. So when it comes to pending orders, you can either use Boxwave or Zonda as your strategy, your best bet strategy, right? To look for a very good entry, right? You can say I have lots of OTCs here, but we're not looking at OTCs for today, right? We're looking at OTCs for today. Let me look for, like on this particular one here, I'm not seeing a clear setup. Regardless of that, um, this can be a very good low, but I'm not comfortable taking any trade on this pair for now. Like I'm not seeing any clear setup on this right now. Right, because I'm looking at this, I'm looking for a buy, right? But the market is giving me an impression that it's now dropping. So one thing about any pair you're looking at, if it's not clear, if you can't quickly tell where the direction is going in the first few seconds of looking at the chart, just let it be. All right, just let it be because you don't have to be confused. So in this particular case, this is clearer. So this is a strong uptrend, right? So first thing I can do here is the first thing I'm doing here is getting my horizontal line. Oh, I don't like seeing lines on my chart, but getting my horizontal line and wait. Oh, I don't even know what's wrong with this guy. Can you see hear me? Oh, it's I don't know. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think how this in there is on Shane said. All right. So looking at this, let me go back to I don't know. I want to know. I don't want to talk about anything aside from normal pairs. Okay. So see now, yeah. Right now, there's no active normal pair. Are you seeing them? Not available, not available, not available. At this time, every damn thing, right? So since you're focusing on trading normal pairs, once you don't see them available, just chill, right? Just chill. So for the purpose of this session, let me just pick one OTC pair and look at. And in that case, let me use ADUSD OTC, right? So in this particular case, um I'm seeing an uptrend one, then the market broke at a particular point, which is this I can see this as a support perhaps, then this point. It's not like the strongest, but let me just mark it out first. So in this case, I'll say I'm looking for a sell here, but this is not like the strongest support. It was broken, so I expect it to come back here. All right, this is not like the strongest support. These just two reactions. It's not like the strongest. If I want to support that, then I try to extend it to this lower point. But I tell you, this is not the strongest for me. I know this is a sell idea, right? But it's not the strongest, right? It's not the strongest. So I can have this, right? So in this case, I'm expecting this market to get back to this point. And currently I have a 50 SMA, simple moving average on the charts. So it also guides me on whether it's a downtrend or an uptrend, right? With the charts already, this is a low that was taken out. So this is a clear downtrend, right? It was an uptrend. And while it was at this point, you can see it was above the EMA. Then it broke and it's below the EMA. So looking for a retest at this point is not really a bad idea, right? So at this point, I'll be expecting a 15 minutes sell. So what I'll simply do is if you use a laptop, right, instead of coming to pending trades all the time, you can simply come to this icon here. You can see this, what's it called? Sound time, having a time sound icon. You tap on it, right? It will simply take you to your pending order straight up. Then you set what you want to set. And you can see it's already at that particular price. So you don't need to start setting the price. The price here, that's what you have here. Put your, let's say, whatever minutes you want, 50, then expiration time, um 15 minutes trade, right? I want to take a sell at this point. You set, right? So That's for that. Then if you're looking at market execution, right? You want to trade the market live. You don't, let's say you have the time to look at the charts and trade what you're seeing. That's where you have to break down a little more, right? So what are we seeing here? We are looking for a sell, quite all right. But you're looking for the market to do a little pullback. Sometimes I can't unsee some things I'm seeing on the charts, like fair value gap, but I shouldn't allow fair value gap to disrupt whatever I'm seeing, right? Because the fair value gap I'm seeing here, I'm not even supposed to be talking about fair value gap here, but this gap I'm seeing here tells me that this market has a tendency of coming back here. So in this case, let's break down to 5 minutes and see what the chart is giving us. All right. So for me to entertain a counter trend trade here, that is a buy idea. That's for the market to buy towards this zone. I need to see a change in trend, even on the lower time frame. Right? I need to see a change in trend. Now, this will make sense, right? Now, I don't advise taking counter trend trades. I don't really advise that. Okay. But in situations like this, you might want to employ it. Right. So in this case, I'm seeing a low, I'm seeing a high, I'm seeing a higher low, I'm seeing a higher high, I'm seeing a higher low. Right? This will make more sense on the 1 minute time frame. So the 1 minute time frame, this was the highest point, and this is the lowest point. What happened here? This is the next high. Instead of going lower, it dropped here. So in this 1 minute time frame, I'm already seeing a buy opportunity, right? Now, what other confirmation am I having to tell that this is a buy opportunity, right? I'm looking at my EMA as well. I'm just showing you so that it can also guide you, right? I rarely use all of these, but for the benefit of this session, just have it as well. This is a 50 EMA. Look at it. Sorry, a 50 simple moving average. There is EMA, there is SMMA, there is so many freaking EMAs. But this is just simple moving average, SMA 50, right? So it gives you the average of 50 candles on the chart, right? So it gives you the average direction of 50 candles on the chart, right? So in this case, the market has broken the EMA, but this is not like the best, it broke here, came back, broke again. So market is still a little bit indecisive, right? And I'm looking for a buy, right? So in this case, I'll simply wait for a strong, what's it called, confirmation to go in for this buy I want to take. Remember, my target is here. My main idea is to take a sell once the market gets here. But for the benefit of trading live on the chart here, I may not have the luxury of time to wait for a confirmation. Okay, what will I be doing while waiting? It's a good thing too, but see opportunities still, right? In fact, the best thing is not always to just even trade. You can just sit and just watch the charts, right? So while on that, let's watch this. We're expecting a buy towards this point, and the market has given us um, two confirmations, right? A low, in fact, a low, a higher low, a higher low, right? Now, to invalidate this buy idea I'm looking at, once this low here is taken out, I'm no longer interested in that buy move I have in my mind. Once this low here is taken out and it's about to be taken out. Once this low is taken out, I'm no longer interested in that buy move. Sorry, yeah, I'm no longer interested in that buy move. I'll start looking for a sell, right? And now my target will be back to this point. The market is even playing under the EMA too. So now, looking at this chart now, yeah, for me to entertain a buy now, I would want the market to break this high. I want the market to break this high. I want the market to break this high. All right. So what am I expecting here? A break, so at least a retest here to target this point. right? This is my short-term target. If the market gives me a confirmation to go in for a buy, right? These are the things I'm looking at. Now, so we are waiting for a confirmation. Now, let me show us what to do once you get your confirmation. Let's say you are at this point, right? You are at this point. I have a rule when it comes to instant market execution, right? I can either trade with, I can either trade with HeikIn Ashi candles or the normal Japanese candle pairs or candlesticks, right? So if I'm using the normal candlesticks, I have a rule I follow. If the market does this, I do this. If the market does A, I do B, right? So in this case, I'm looking for a sell, right? And the market has been playing this. Perhaps the market got to my sell entry, right? Let's say this area is a resistance. Um, let's say this area is a resistance, right? This area right here. And the market got here, and of course, give me that confirmation, right? Now, all I need is a strong sell candle to close. And that's what's happened here. Once I say a strong sell candle, I am taking 3 candles deep. When I say 3 candles deep, whatever candle, whatever time frame I'm working on, my expiration time is going to be times 3 of that time frame. So if I'm on a 5 minutes time frame, after that confirmation, I'm taking 15 minutes. If I'm on a 15 minutes time frame, after that confirmation, my expiration time is going to be for 45 minutes. If I'm on a 1 minute time frame, it's going to be for 3 minutes. Do you get that? It's going to be for 3 minutes. So in this case, I got the confirmation. I entered assuming I enter here, or after the confirmation, you enter here. 3 candles deep. 1, 2, 3. Now, why do I advise 3 candles, right? You're giving the market time to react. You wouldn't want to be doing a minute trade on a minute time frame. This same law can be applied if you go down to 15 seconds time frame. So you take either a minute expiration time or 45 seconds expiration time. I do that as well. The same thing is applying the same law on the lowest of time frames, right? So since you've gotten that, next thing, let's say, looking at this chart here now, I have a low that I'm expecting the market to break. If the market breaks this is my confirmation to sell. What am I seeing here? Right? The market came ahead, broke this very strong break, right? These are under clear zone here, but it's not like the best zone right? This is a zone here, a break retest to keep selling, right? But at this particular point, the market gave me that strong break, and it does a strong confirmation. I can also blindly follow my my checklist, right? Since I'm seeing a very strong sell breaking a support I'm looking at, right? I can go in for 3 minute sell still. 1, 2, 3, right? And when it comes to market execution, yeah, I always have a target. So let's assume I've already known that my target is down here. Let me say um let's say I already know that my target is down here, right? Let's say here, right. All right. My target is down here. So I'm selling from this point to this point, right? So I've taken my 3 trades, my 3 minute trades. This can be 3 minutes, 15 minutes, 45 minutes, right? And after the third candle, I still saw a strong sell candle, right? I can still decide to go in for another 3 candles deep. And what is that? 1, 2, 3. it hits my target, I am either done with the session or I wait for another confirmation, right? I'm done with the session, right? So let's say I'm an aggressive trader. I know this is a support and the market will buy from this point, going to retest this breakout, like going for a zonal retest. And I can still either wait for a zonal retest here and take my sell, or I take a counter trend trade to this retest and also take my sell. So I'm taking a buy and also taking a sell as well. In fact, it shouldn't bother you when you look at a chart here and you are seeing on both charts a buy and sell opportunity. It shouldn't bother you really. Let's say you can have your pending trade. You are seeing a buy, you are setting a buy pending trade and also setting a sell pending trade. This can be the case, right? Perhaps on the 15 minutes time frame you're analyzing, you saw a very good setup for a sell. Then you go down to 5 minutes, you're also seeing a very good setup for a sell, for a buy. You can risk that. But I tell you, taking counter trend trades are risky. So if you're taking counter trend trades, just cut the risk by half. All right. So in this case, I followed the rule regardless, right? I saw a very strong buy candle. I blindly entered for 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. All right. And of course, the market reacted from here, start selling again. Sold for, sold for whatever minutes. Let's say you entered after this candle, 1, 2, 3. You still clear the trade, but it came back to your entry before. This one was now raised before the market started, you know, ranging back upwards. All right. So the first step is to, all right. So, okay, the first step is to, first of all, know the trend you're looking at and know what to entertain. Okay, know the trend you're looking at and know if it's a counter trend trade, just be careful, right? And it still boils down to having good markups, right? Mark up your charts well, because there are some trades you take. If you now go down to like look at it well from a higher time frame, you're like, what the hell? Why did I mark up this chart at this point? There's nothing happening here. So why am I stuck at this point, hoping for the market to react at a point that really doesn't make sense on a higher time frame? All right. So that's just it. So in this particular case, you have a low you're looking at. The market broke that low and coming back to break this high. So the market sometimes can be crazy. Yours is just to sit and watch. So in this case, this is a ranging market. I don't always trade ranging markets, really. I prefer trending markets. So in this case, someone can actually take advantage of selling at this point and buying at this point. You can take advantage of that. But I always want my breakouts. Break the range and I buy. Break the range and I sell. All right. So that is it about. Okay, someone has asked a question. All right. So that is it about market executions. And also, if the chart is not clear, if it's not clear, let it be. Like I said, if you are not seeing any clear thing, let it be. You can see how the range here now is minimal. So let's see what the 5 minutes is looking like. For the 5 minutes, it's still a little bit indecisive. So in this case, let's look at another. All right, it's trending back up. It's trending back up. Okay, it's trending back up. Okay, let's assume you took we are taking an imaginary 3 minute sell from here. Let's see if it's gonna react or take us out. So let's assume I entered a 3 minute sell from this particular point. That means I'm trading this range. This is box wave, isn't it? This is actually box wave, having a reaction, and let's see how it's gonna play out for the next 2 candles or so, or next 3 candles. So while at that, this is AED USD OTC. So let me just, okay, it should be right here. So let's look at let's say Facebook. They're all the same thing. All right. Now I've showed you a key entry, right, for trading normal Japanese candle pairs. Okay, in fact, let me still use the same AUD USD. Are you seeing that sell? This is like a clear bust wave. Market came here and it's respecting like mad, but let's go back to this point. All right. So I'm going to do the same explanation I did, but this time with what's it called? With Ekanashi candles. All right. Ekanashi candles are average moving candles, right? They don't give you the exact price, right? They don't give you the exact price. That's why with Ekanashi candles, you there's no how you take a trade off a clear support or a clear resistance. You always allow the market to reject that support or resistance before you enter. So this is how my entry model, right, for Ekanachi is this. First of all, we already established the fact that this is a resistance zone for us, right? And we're expecting a sell here. So for my Heikin candle, for that other first one, my entry was after the second candle. You know, the market reacted after the second candle. That was my entry. But for this Heikin, first of all, yeah, I will need to see a doji, right? A doji forming, then a strong sell candle or buy candle that doesn't have any wick. If it's going to be sell, a strong sell candle that doesn't have any wick above it, right? That's my indication. If it doesn't have any wick above it, I'm good to go. If it doesn't have any wick above it, I am good to go. So my entry here is after this candle, I'll go in for 3 minutes still. 1, 2, 3. Market has gotten to this point. 3 minutes. My second entry model is, remember, this is a support, right? And the market broke this, right? Strongly. After this, I wonder for another 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. I can choose to enter again because my target is this point. I'll go in 1, 2, 3. It has hit. Now, what happened here? When trading Heikin, yeah, there are two patterns, two reversal patterns. You can always, I call them one, the doji. Number two, okay, I call them the power pattern one and the Pisces pattern. All right. The power pattern is where you see a doji and a strong sell candle sitting side by side. This is not like the perfect. The perfect is this, the doji and a strong buy candle, right? Sitting side by side. I call this the power pattern. All right. Then the Pisces pattern is when you see a short. This is not like the shortest, right? You can see a very small candle like this, right? And a strong, let's say if this is going to be a buy, you're going to see a strong sell candle doing entirely opposite things, right? And most times they are different colors, right? So you see a strong, not a strong, a very weak sell candle. Most times they don't even have any wick above. In fact, they don't always have wicks above most of the time. Then you see a strong buy candle with no wick below. This is a Pisces pattern, right? So once I see this combination, I go in hard with my entry. I go in hard with my entry, right? Terms and conditions apply. Terms and conditions is that so long this entry is occurring at my area of support or at my area of resistance, I can't just pick the pattern anywhere on the chart, right? Because if it's for patterns, patterns occur all the time. But the entry points or where it occurs makes the most sense. So I saw this, my Pisces pattern, a short wick sell candle, then a strong buy candle with no wick below. I go in for my 3 minutes. One, two, three, and I'm good. Right? Now, like I said with HeikIn Ashi, you don't get to have the luxury to trade instant or aggressive reversals. The reversals here are you wait for confirmation. Right? Now you can see here with this HeikIn Ashi, there's no clear, I can't say I'm looking for a sell country or a sell idea here. There's nothing clear. So the market, this is just a choppy market waiting to now make a decision. And the decision is to break this high and keep buying. So I waited for that. This you can see the market this is like a clear support, right? And I saw this is a clear indication to go in for 3 minutes, whatever it is. But there's a crazy way I trade this market, which I don't really advise you, right? I can cut it down to 3 minutes. Anytime I see a strong candle, enter 3 minutes. Anytime I see a strong candle, I enter 3 minutes. I'll keep doing that until I'm taking out. Like if I see this, after this strong candle, after this strong candle, I enter 3 minutes. After this one, I enter another 3 minutes. After this one, I enter another 3 minutes. After this one, I enter another 3 minutes. Until I start sensing a decrease in momentum. Now, if you look at this, you can see this started weak. This is strong, strong. It's getting weaker, 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 weaker. This is also an indication that the momentum is reducing. So it's time to get out of the market. Right? These are things you observe and see while trading this. Then another confirmation, just like this is it over here. This is a resistance for sure. It happened aggressive, right? Now, okay, now this is the same pattern, right? But if you enter this trade here, you're going to be taken out. You're going to be taken out, right? That's why you don't just take it anywhere, right? You don't just take it anywhere. If you enter it here now, you're going to be taken out. You're going to be taken out for real. Because do you know why it's risky? This is a trend, yeah? And right here lies this guy here. This guy right here is the only reason why I know that there is something that's going to be happening here. This move here, this is a rejection. And for the market to come back to this rejection, tells that, I don't expect the market to just break this area and keep on buying just like that. That's why, for this case, I won't entertain this buy, right? So, and of course, that's where we are. The market has been ranging here for like the longest of time, right? This is where we are actually. And for that sell, we took that sell off here, and the market actually sold, right? So this is a price trap, right? This is a price trap that the market has been. So the market has been ranging here. So that's why I said if you're trading price trap requires aggressive reversal trades. This HeikIn Ashi is not the best for you. HeikIn Ashi is the best for trending markets, right? So in this case, you simply switch to your normal candles. Once you see your reaction here, take your sell. Once you see the market touch your lower zone, you take your buy. It's that simple. So if we actually took this sell here, it would have actually cleared, right? So this is a price swap. You keep on what's it called? You keep on taking the sells and the buys until the range is broken. All right. So that's it for that, family. I hope you got something this morning. This is another one happening. I still take another sell here until this area is broken. All right. So I hope you got something for this morning. I hope you got something. I hope you got something. This is a way to break down the charts and not make it. And also know, as you're analyzing and it seems as though you are not seeing anything again, just cruise, come back later. That's what we call brain fatigue. Yeah. Your brain is exhausted, but sometimes you don't really know your brain is exhausted. At that particular point, you think you're seeing something, your eyes are seeing something else, so your brain is seeing something else. And that can actually make you take some crazy trades that you look back and say, how the hell did I do this? Right? So that's it for that, family. and have an amazing day.